What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we're going to be diving back into the Spring Cup with another very strong team. Now this meta is kind of dense. I mean, it makes sense. It's a specialty cup, but we're going to utilize Jellicent today with Hex, Surf, and Shadow Ball, pairing it with a very strong double grass backline, that being Abomasnow and Trevenant. And Trevenant is going to be our safe swap to help protect us or draw out some of those Shadow Mawwiles if we do see them. Alright, getting into the first battle here. This team was actually pretty good, and I think Jellicent is widely overlooked in the meta, especially against Pokemon like Tentacruel, which means we're resisting everything here because of our Ghost Water typing. So this is a really good matchup for us. We're going to go ahead and just go straight for Shadow Ball. There's no reason to shield bait this early because Shadow Ball here just does so much neutral damage. And we will outpace to charge moves. We will out damage them. There's nothing they can do. This Jellicent is a floating wall here. Even Sludge Wave is heavily resisted and doesn't do too much damage. Now, notice that they're deciding to stay in. This tells me that maybe they want to invest a shield, which they do, which is why I went for Surf right there. And we can go ahead and go for another Surf because this is going to do just enough resisted damage to take out that Tentacruel there. We do see a Ferrothorn come in, so we're going to go ahead and swap out now into Trevenant. We have a 2-to-1 shield advantage, so we're going to go ahead and go for Seed Bomb. In hindsight, you could just go straight Shadow Ball in these situations to really force shields or just take out the Pelipper, but ultimately I knew that I could get to basically 2 Seed Bombs here and I would get what I wanted, which is going to be a shield and getting the Pelipper low. Now they're going to go ahead and go for the charge move, and our win condition here is with Abomasnow with 2 shields against the Ferrothorn. So we're going to go ahead and no-shield it. They did decide to go for Weather Ball, which is fine. We're going to come in with Jellicent now and look to go for a Surf if we can. Otherwise, they're going to be throwing the charge move. This is fine. We're going to let this go. It could just be another Weather Ball, which it is, so we do survive there and able to get off this Surf. And honestly, with the update to Jellicent getting Surf, I know it's not a huge meta-dominant monster, but that Surf is just so nice in so many situations. Now here against Ferrothorn, we're going to have to go double shields. We need to watch out for the potential Flash Cannon, and the Power Whips will be a nice shield bait for them, but we should be able to get to 3 Weather Balls before they get to 2, or a Power Whip and a Flash Cannon here. So we're safely just going to double shield the first charge move, the first 2 charge moves coming through. We don't want to get caught trying to call the Power Whip because our lose condition is no shielding and it may be a Flash Cannon. So we're just going to safely double shield. We'll outpace in the next one. We'll win CMP tie. It is perfectly fine. It is going to be the Flash Cannon. So that was their win condition right there, is throwing the Flash Cannon, hoping that I would try to no shield it, predicting a Power Whip. So good game, very well played, but ultimately Jellicent really strong on lead versus that Tentacruel and Abomasnow with 2 shields cleaning it up for us. All right, we got Jellicent now versus Lantern. So this is a tough lead matchup. We're going to go ahead and swap into that Trevenant right away. And we do draw out an Abomasnow. So what we're going to look to do here is go for the Shadow Ball to try to get ourselves a shield. We have to let this Weather Ball go through. It doesn't KO, but we can potentially get a shield right here with Shadow Ball, which is what we need. So we're going to go ahead and go for it, and they do decide to shield. This is okay. Jellicent does have to watch out for Energy Ball, but with Hex and shield advantage, I'm safe to basically shield 1 Energy Ball and just load up a bit on energy with Jellicent here. And if an Energy Ball does happen to land, in this case we shielded it, we should be able to survive. It doesn't one-shot us, so we're just going to overload. That way we have a lot of extra energy with even shields moving into the late game right here. A Shadow Ball now will take out Abomasnow. Now they do decide to swap into Lantern, so we're going to go ahead and go for Shadow Ball here just to do some nice chip damage, and it's actually a respectable amount of neutral damage that will land, and now we can swap into Abomasnow. And they have a Trevenant. So we're back into the matchup that we just had before, where it's we had Trevenant, they had Abomasnow. Now I have the Abomasnow, and this is much better for us because in the 1 shield, I can definitely get to 2 Weather Balls before they can get to a Shadow Ball and a Seed Bomb. So this is going to be a good game as we, boom, take out the Trevenant. And now Lantern, we have a shield, and this was a beautiful sequence of events for us. And ultimately, it came down to the call of letting the Weather Ball go through on our Trevenant and throwing the Shadow Ball to force ourselves shield advantage. So really good game right there. And it just shows the potential of this team as well. All right, we got Jellicent now versus Shadow Walrein. So we need to watch out for Earthquake, and this is a situation where you don't necessarily want to try to catch the charge move either, because it could be very dangerous trying to catch that Weather Ball, even though there could be an opportunity to catch that resisted damage, but they let the Shadow Ball go through. This is beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and look to shield here. It's going to be questionable, but I'm going to go ahead and shield, and it is the Earthquake. So that's a huge shield for us. They swap out into Trevenant, so I'm going to go ahead and go for Shadow Ball now, as this will definitely force a shield from them. I could go for Surf to save some energy, but I just wanted to guarantee that shield right there, as a call for them could be calling a bait, right? A Bubble Beam bait or a Surf bait. But now we can safely come in with Abomasnow here, go for Weather Ball, get shield number 2, and now we're looking to be in a pretty good situation for us, as the Walrein in the back is relatively low. We safely shielded the Shadow Ball as well, so we're going to go ahead and throw Weather Ball, but I threw it too late. I over-farmed too much. This is a mistake on my end. Boom! Abomasnow goes down. That's what happens sometimes. You get a bit too greedy. So now I have to come in with my Trevenant. I have to farm down. We need to see what that final Pokemon in the back is going to be. And it's going to be Abomasnow. So we're going to go ahead and go for Shadow Ball, but they make a beautiful catch. Oh my goodness. Left, right, and center. I am getting outplayed right here. They catch it on the Shadow Walrein, and now we come right back. It's not over till it's over. We catch the Weather Ball here on Jellicent, and now it's going to be a race to the Energy Ball for them and Shadow Ball for us, and we are able to... Did we make it? I don't know. I feel like that wasn't enough energy, and it wasn't. It's just going to be a Weather Ball, which means we survive and able to get off this Shadow Ball right here. So they did a great job in that mid game, and I was able to recover with Jellicent catching that Weather Ball right there. But ultimately, really good battle to my opponent. A real back and forth, which is always fun in Go Battle League. All right, moving to the next one. We have Jellicent on the lead versus Lantern once again. So this is a tough lead matchup. We got to swap out right away into Trevenant, and we do see them swap into Roserade. So this is a Poison Jab Roserade as well. So it's going to do a lot more neutral damage with its fast moves instead of the spam of Weather Balls. So we're going to go ahead and go for Seed Bomb here to try to get a shield bait. And we're going to look to hopefully get to a Shadow Ball if we can now in this matchup. But I don't think we're going to make it. No, we don't make it in time. So unfortunately, we have to let this go. I can't give up 2 shields in this situation. I would rather have, boom, I would rather have a good amount of energy and some shield advantage with, or even shields and a good amount of energy here. But unfortunately, I can't farm down until they get to a Grass Knot or a Leaf Storm. So I have to give up a shield here. This is a really tough situation for me. So we go ahead and shield. We're going to commit to the farm down. And they decide, I think this is where they make a critical mistake, which is when your opponents make a mistake, you have to capitalize on it, right? They bring in an Abomasnow, and then they swap out into Lantern. So that's going to be a good game. I think had they come in with Lantern and then swapped into the Mirrorfatch with Abomasnow, it might have been game over, potentially. I mean, 2 Shadow Balls. No, 2 Shadow Balls wasn't going to be enough. So I win this game because of a slight error on my opponent's side, but that's okay because that's going to happen. It's something to learn from in Go Battle League. If you're the person on the other side, or you're the person in my situation where they make the mistake, you want to capitalize on it, take those wins. So for the opponent's side, if you see that I save swap a Trevenant, I have a Jellicent lead, it's more likely that I have another grass Pokemon in the back in this meta. It's going to be very common. So you want to maintain that Jellicent or the Lantern into Jellicent, because you keep Lantern away from a grass type Pokemon in the back. So that's going to be a good game to the opponent, but that, again, mistakes happen. And if you can capitalize on it, if you're the one on the potential winning side, you got to take advantage of it. All right, we got Abomasnow here on the lead. So this is definitely kind of one of those tough lead matchups where the I can't safely swap out, but they also could have double waters in the back. So we're going to look to play to that as we go for the Shadow Ball, and it does land. And now I'm just going to try to swap into Abomasnow to try to catch the charge move, but unfortunately they didn't throw it. Now, they do have a Tentacruel in the back. So this is kind of tough because Energy Ball only does neutral damage in this situation. And the Tentacruel here does so much damage with Poison Jab, and this is going to be the Acid Spray now, that I can't get to another Energy Ball in time, so I have to go for Weather Ball here to do as much chip damage as possible. But on the flip side, right, coming in with Jellicent here to load up on energy can be very, very advantageous for us. So we're going to go ahead and come in, load up on energy. We're going to let all the acid sprays hit us because the damage I'm going to be taking on the back end here is going to be charge moves from Abomasnow, and it's not necessarily going to be hard-hitting fast moves unless there's a Shadow Razor Leaf user in the back somewhere, but I doubt that. Shadow Victory Bell, I haven't seen it yet. Maybe you guys have, but we're just going to commit to that full farm down. And we're going to go ahead and go for double surf here. Now, look at how low Abomasnow is. We're going to go ahead and throw the double surf. So we go ahead and shield the Weather Ball. I think it might actually be enough to KO considering we got hit with double acid spray. So it's definitely dangerous territory to let the Weather Balls go through. And now they make a beautiful swap. They make a beautiful swap catching my surf. And this is a really tough situation for me where I decide to stay in and go for a Shadow Ball where, looking back on this, I should have just swapped out to Trevenant right away. Because now, with Trevenant, I'm going to be forced to shield a charge move here. And I'm going to have to dance energy very carefully because the opponent in the back does have a Weather Ball loaded. So I'm going to have to try to load up, but they get to another charge move. This is Mantine with Wing Attack, the updated Wing Attack. So, boom, get taken out. So that's a mistake on my end. I should have, once they caught the surf, I should have swapped out right away because Jellicent was ultimately my potential win condition. But overall, a really solid set here with this team. We faced off against some hard lead losses and counter teams, but ultimately this team did very, very well for me. Jellicent, Abomasnow, and Trevenant. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.